Information fueled.
Opinion driven.
This is Nashville's Morning News with Dan Mandis.
And so, my fellow Americans,
we talk news.
5:06, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Good morning to you, friends. How are you? March 17th of 2025. Hey, Joan.
Yes.
If you're Anthony Fauci, if you're Liz Cheney, you are shaking in your shoes at this headline. You ready?
I am ready.
Donald Trump voids Biden's pardons after ex-president used Autopen signature and moves to investigate Anthony Fauci and Liz Cheney.
Voids?
Yeah, because you know that Joe Biden used Autopen.
An Autopen, yes.
And so Trump is saying that because Biden probably had absolutely no idea either what was being done or did he even know about these pardons, Trump is saying that these pardons are void because it wasn't actually the president that did them. And when we started, President Biden, so when this whole story came down, one of the questions that a lot of people asked is, okay, well, what does that do for all those pardons that even Hunter Biden?
Oh, yes.
So this is the story from the Daily Mail. I haven't really seen this anywhere else, but this came down overnight, 2:16 in the morning. I was actually up when I saw this. Donald Trump declared his predecessor's last-minute pardons void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. Which, by the way, that clearly sounds like some legalese.
Oh, yeah.
And so
sure does.
it seems to me that Trump knows what he's doing here. He's already gone through all of the legal options here. Trump claiming late Sunday night, early Monday morning, that because Joe Biden used an Autopen, the pardons cannot be enforced, and even made the stunning suggestion they were signed without the former president's knowledge. The pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden, this is a quote, the pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by Autopen. He posted on his Truth Social page. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them, Donald Trump claiming. I see where the president's going here, and I believe that he's absolutely right. You know what they're saying? Because you have some folks that are saying there's no proof that Joe Biden used Autopen for these signatures.
Oh, yeah.
Every signature is exactly the same. When you, so here's an interesting question. When you sign your name, Joan Jones, when you sign your name, is it always exactly the same,
No.
or is there a little difference?
There's always a little difference, and handwriting experts will be able to figure that out pronto. That won't take long.
It is obvious. If you look at all of the signatures, I'm air quoting, all of the signatures that Joe Biden has done and did do over the past 4 years, they're exactly the same. And so it clearly looks like he used Autopen because, again, nobody's signature is exactly the same every time. At least I don't believe so. I know mine is different. Doesn't matter how I do it, you still can't read it. But, I mean, they're always a little different.
So here's the other side. Guy Grossman is a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. And in Newsweek, he says that if Trump voids Biden's pardons, then the next Democratic president can void his pardons, exposing him and his cronies to his criminal charges. This only makes sense if you are dumb or have no plans ever giving up power.
Well, but here's the thing. Oh, that's so dumb because
Yeah,
the whole point, that guy's full of University of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
All right. We know that whole story, that whole university is full of Bidenites.
Yes.
You know, I mean, Biden has a long affiliation with the University of Pennsylvania. I believe that's University of Pennsylvania. But Trump is not using Autopen. That's the whole point.
Right. Exactly.
That's the whole justification.
Yeah.
Trump is actually signing the executive orders in front of reporters. The left, they're always, grasping for straws these days. Anyway, so Trump said the necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Joe Biden. He knew nothing about them, and the people that did may have committed a crime. Therefore, Trump posted last night, those on the Unselect Committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level, Donald Trump wrote. I think Pam Bondi has got a whole brand new week of things that she needs to do heading into this Monday morning.
She needs a whole lot more lawyers on her staff.
Boy, she sure does.
Yeah.
Because look at all that they're going to go after, right? Because Biden did, Joe Biden, he did pardon Hunter, correct? That was one of the last things that he did. He obviously pardoned Anthony Fauci, Liz Cheney. I don't know if maybe somebody, KGB, can you pull up the full list of Joe Biden? Oh, there's a lot of them, actually.
How much time you got?
Yeah, but I think that it's credible to just look at the list of the pardons that were given for even before anyone has done anything wrong.
Right. I mean, Biden issued preemptive pardons, what you're saying,
That's
Joan.
That's the word I couldn't read.
Preemptive pardons for all 9 members of the January 6th committee, including Representative Benny Thompson, Liz Cheney. They say the fact is they were probably responsible for the documents that were signed on their behalf or consent of the worst president in the history of our country, crooked Joe Biden, Trump claimed on Sunday. He was up late. I mean, I want you to think about this.
Yes.
And we all love Donald Trump,
He's
right?
always up. He's never sleeping. It's
like 2:00 in the morning, and he's just pounding away on True Social and just, I mean, I'm not going to say that he unilaterally is doing this, but I mean, he is saying that he is voiding Biden's pardons again after the ex-president used Autopen signature and moves to investigate Anthony Fauci and Liz Cheney.
So I have his pardons all the way back from 2022. What time period would you like his pardons? Like after Trump was officially
give me the ones that are most well known, because those are the ones I'm trying to. I mean, Liz Cheney. And Fauci, Benny Thompson, Hunter. He did pardon Hunter, right? He pardoned his entire family on the way out the door.
Did he pardon Nancy Pelosi as well?
I don't think he pardoned Nancy Pelosi. I'm not sure why he would. What did she do? I mean, besides everything, but what would he specifically pardon?
He did pardon Hunter Biden.
Okay.
That was on December 1st. But that was like that. He didn't do the rest of his family at that time. He might have done them sporadically, but I don't see anything else about his family. I just see his son at the moment.
I seem to recall
he pardoned his brother.
Thank you,
James.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yes.
He pardoned James Biden.
Yeah, these are in the dates that he did it, so he might have done it later. So I'm just
Biden.
Again, I'm going through since 2022. There's a lot here. I don't know. I didn't realize how many he actually did.
And their spouses, not just his siblings, but their spouses too.
Because remember what we said, Joan, because you and I talked about this.
Yes.
Where it was like, if you remember that it was like a tree of corruption where you've got all of these shell companies. You've got Hunter Biden doing these deals, money going into these shell companies. That money ends up ultimately in the hands of Biden family members. So that's why you had Joe Biden pardoning all of these people, because they had received money through those shell companies after Hunter Biden made all of those deals with those corruptocracies. Remember all that?
The Associated Press. Biden issued blanket pardons for his brother James, his wife Sarah, his sister Valerie, and her husband John, and his brother Francis.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, they did nothing wrong, right? Why do they need a pardon?
Mark Milley.
Yes.
Trump has been all about Mark Milley for a long time. Trump said Mark Milley at one point deserved to be executed. I don't remember that, but Fauci, I mean, okay, so you know what? Maybe real quick, KGB, since we're talking about this, KGB knows what's coming up.
Do you want to? I mean, we talked about this before we started.
Well, let's do this. Let's check the traffic, and then we'll talk about the poll. It is 5:15. Time to check the roads on WTN. Thank you, Joan. As far as your weather for today, a high of 57, sunny. Right now, 33 degrees at Super Talk 99.7 WTN. So watch us on YouTube and like and subscribe to the page. You can find us anywhere, podcast, streaming, video. My preferred way that you watch is YouTube so that you can take the Daily Dan poll. Now today, currently, Joan, the Daily Dan poll, because in the news today, Donald Trump, I got a lot of stuff. Donald Trump is due to talk to Vladimir Putin tomorrow about the ceasefire and trying to negotiate a permanent, peaceful solution to the war with Ukraine. And so part of my story arc, if you will, is Trump talking about how there's going to have to be concessions made. And they're going to have to, and this is a quote, divide up the land. So the Daily Dan poll question is basically, how did we frame it, KGB, on YouTube?
Yeah, so should Trump negotiate a deal that gives Putin new territory, i.e. in Ukraine? And right now it's 52% no to 48% yes. This is one of our closer polls.
I almost say, because remember the hilarity last week, Joan, where everything was so lopsided. So
100%, 99%.
Yeah, so, clearly we suck at coming up with polls, but this one is close. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to...
It's at 50-50 now.
Have this through the 5 o'clock hour. In the 6 o'clock hour, we're going to do, who do you want Trump to investigate first, or Pam Bondi? It could be Anthony Fauci. It could be Liz Cheney. It could be Hunter Biden. Those are the big three.
We'll do like an other as well in case we miss one.
Mark Milley would be fourth.
Yeah, I mean, give a list.
We only have 4 options in these polls, so we can't go we can't give them like 16. Unfortunately, that'd be awesome. But
all right, so here's what I want. So super texters, 615-737-9986. Those are my 4. Those are my big 4. Milley, Fauci, Liz Cheney, and Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
So if all of these pardons are null and void because Biden was using Autopen, well then, of those 4, who do you want Trump to focus on? I know that it's all of the above, but you can only pick one. Now, if we missed any, and I don't know, Jonah or KGB, if I missed any, but let me know on the super text line, 615-737-9986. Did I miss anybody? Those are the big 4. As far as I can remember, I don't know of any others that...
Someone said Adam Schiff. Was he pardoned?
Adam Schiff?
Yeah.
I think he may have been.
Was he?
Boy, there's a special place in hell for Adam Schiff.
So, someone said Jamie Raskin as well. I think he was pardoned.
Yeah, he did get
Did Adam Schiff get pardoned?
Yeah. Yes.
Your boy, Joan...
Sacramento Bee says... they have a paywall up there.
Oh, Sacramento Bee's the worst. I'm from that area. They're the worst.
Yes, he was pardoned, barring any changes in connection with his work on the House January 6th committee. Yes, he was pardoned.
Oh, okay. Yep. Honestly, for me, Fauci's number 1 with a bullet, personally, but that's because he...
You mean like a bullet point?
Yes, bullet point. Thank you, Joan,
Just
for saving
working
me
to clarify.
But, I mean, he got a documentary about him. He was like the second coming of Jesus, and that rubbed me the wrong way. And he also lied.
Boy, Fauci is, as far as the super text line goes.
It would be close between him and Liz Cheney. I think those would be the 2, and then Milley maybe 3rd, and then Schiff 5th. Or 4th.
All right, now, 2607 says this. Oh my God, stop. He doesn't know if Joe knew about them or not. Besides, Trump isn't going to do a darn thing. They'll act like they are and then do nothing, says 2607. Just like Comer kept saying crap but never did anything.
Yes.
And actually 2607 is right about James Comer. I stopped covering that dude because they never got to the core.
They didn't get the receipts. And without the receipts, you got nothing.
2607 says,
the grocery store.
2607 says, I voted for him, but he just needs to stop with the BS. I don't know if this is BS though. Like, does this count as BS?
I don't think so.
This is BS.
If he can get through this and they can get investigated, then it's not BS. If this goes through like the Supreme Court and all this nonsense, then maybe it's just a waste of time. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't believe this is BS because you know what? I think we all need to be honest. The people that we're talking about do need to be investigated. Adam Schiff lied to the American people over and over and over and over again about Russian collusion. He absolutely lied. And that is something that happened for the better part of Donald Trump's first administration. And he's still is saying that, Trump colluded with the Russians, even though there's absolutely no evidence.
And if there's no punishment for it at this point, they'll do it again and again and again. So this is protecting the future from people like Adam Schiff.
That's exactly right. And you know what? What does Trump always talk about? He always talks about accountability. So we'll see if this goes anywhere.
Yeah.
But for somebody saying, oh, this is nothing but BS, I don't think so. I mean, I respect your opinion and I appreciate you listening, but I think this is something that could turn into something big time. And I do believe that Joe Biden did use Autopen. If they can prove that not only did Joe Biden use Autopen, but he had no idea what he was doing, then Trump may have a case, and this could go all the way to the Supreme Court. Because, this is going to end up... I outspoke the sounder again, Joan. I'm sorry. I do wonder. Daily. I do wonder where this goes, because there will be legal challenges. All right, Joan, what's coming up?